Hello, everybody. Welcome, welcome, welcome. We are tuned in live here at the Wildcat Sanctuary to witness one of the many things that goes on here at the Wildcat Sanctuary, always making improvements for our Wild at Heart residents. And it is time for cheetahs, Kitu and Lavani, to head up to their winter home up in our quarantine area. Bigger indoor space for them. We've actually modified the outdoor yard to include a big heat lamp for them. They're actually going to have 2 outdoor yards so they can still get plenty of exercise and utilize that outdoor space. But it's really going to be important that these guys have those 2 large indoor rooms in quarantine, which is going to make sure that these cheetah boys stay nice and cozy and comfortable through the Minnesota winter. And you guys have been following the Wildcat Sanctuary and know that it's all about the wellness of our residents. And it's each cat requires something unique. Obviously, these cheetahs we have are equipped with our temperature-controlled indoor bedrooms, which you can see right here, the Cougar Cove building. But we are just wanting to give these cheetah boys something extra, which is why quarantine is going to be an excellent option for them for the winter months here until spring. And just look at how great those boys are doing. They said, yeah, we're ready for the ride. We're ready for the ride. Hey, Beverly Lawrence, it's moving week indeed. Thanks for joining us. Hey, Nadia, saying hi to Kitu and Lavani. Looks like Baby's participating in the move as well. He says, hey, everybody. Hey, Mr. Baby. And you can see caretakers are securing Kitu and Lavani to the back of the UTV. They have a big 2-inch strap. They have chains on either side. There'll be a caretaker following the 2 boys walking behind the UTV, and I'm going to follow them in my trusty dusty golf cart up to our quarantine area. So the thumbs up for Teresa. Kitu and Lavani are doing great. Yeah, good job, boys. They say, yeah, this isn't just another day in the life, huh? And if you guys recall, baby, what in the world are you doing back there? I'm hearing some rustling and some reeds back there, yeah. And if you guys recall, Kitu and Lavani joined us at the Wildcat Sanctuary this past spring. Yep, I am, yeah. And we are happy to welcome these senior cheetah boys. They're actually both 11 years old, which are considered geriatric for cheetahs. You can see those non-retractable claws that Kitu has as well. Yep, that's all right. That's just the UTV. I'm going to go and get my golf cart. I'll let them go first. Yeah, good job, boys. You can see Alyssa, per our protocol, is just going to be hanging on to the back of the crate there, making sure that those boys are doing okay. They'll probably also monitor them as well to see how they do once they get going. We might even put a sheet over them just to help calm things down a little bit. But so far, so good. Yeah, good job, boys. That's a great job. Welcome, everyone. If you're just joining us, someone pointed out that it is moving day, cheetah moving day. I'm going to hop in my golf cart here. We're down in the main portion of the sanctuary just outside of Cougar Cove. Those cheetah boys have been enjoying their free roaming habitat here for the duration of spring and summer. And now that winter is coming, these boys are going to enjoy an extra special space up in our quarantine area. Larger indoor bedrooms. Like I said, we did some modifications to their outdoor yard, including a heated lamp, which is pretty spectacular. I think those boys are going to love it. Those electricians that we contracted to come out and fix or fit something for those boys in their habitat, so it'll be a great modification for them. Yeah, you guys are doing great. I'm kind of shaking and moving here, so I apologize if I haven't been able to respond or answer anybody's comments or questions. Kitu and Lavani are doing great. Both of them are a little curious about some of the new surroundings that they're seeing, but who can blame them? Yeah. That's caretaker Alyssa walking them. That's caretaking manager Teresa driving the UTV. Rio in the passenger side, and then Elise will meet us up here in the quarantine area. And so I talked to Teresa, and that these boys will only be getting access to their indoor bedrooms today. We want them to get acquainted with the new space and, just have them kind of get in the swing of things again, and then they will have access to their outdoor area. And you guys kind of know that's often the drill for us with these big cat moves. And, even your cat at home, when you, let's say you're moving homes, you want to keep them in a smaller space so they can establish a secure and safe area. And it's kind of the same idea that we do with some of our big cats during their moves. I'm looking at comments and driving. Not recommended. Someone's asking, or someone's mentioning, cheetahs are so awesome. That they are, Rhonda. Someone was asking, do they need more heat than most big cats? Cheetahs, obviously natural to the continent of Africa, are certainly equipped for the African climate, which is something you won't find here in Minnesota. And that's obviously a precaution that we take for all of our residents, even those who are more suited for winter environments, is giving them heated options during the winter months. Obviously, that includes their indoor bedroom and the outdoor options as well, be it den boxes, caves, you name it. I'm going to catch up on some comments while they're backing up there. Not well. Does anyone know what the things are next to the names? I'm not sure your question, Sue Button. Sorry about that. Do they need more heat than most big cats? Christina, we just hit that question. Awesome to see our informed supporters who are always keeping everybody in the loop. Yep, everybody was just watching them go by. I glanced over and saw Beauty, watching those cheetah boys paddle along. And yeah, so you can see our quarantine building, or I should say our pole building, which does have our quarantine area of the sanctuary connected to it. You can see the entrance to the outdoor yards right over there. Caretakers have Mr. Cheetah's Kitu and Lavani backed up there, and they're going to push their crate inside. And I'm going to follow them inside. And like I said, they are going to be giving them access just to their indoor bedrooms today, not to their outdoor bedrooms. And again, that's just to make sure that these boys are going to be comfortable and happy in their new space. And I see Alyssa with a little treat bowl as well, giving those guys some reinforcement because they really are doing an excellent job for this move. And obviously, we want to avoid having to sedate a cat whenever we can. And for a move like this, it's awesome to see that Cheetah's Kitu and Lavani are able to hop right into a crate. It's actually one of our big lion crates, so you can see both of those brothers fit in there just perfectly. And off they go inside. Follow them here. This is our pole shed where all types of just dropped out for a second. Hopefully we're able to go in there and join everybody. Such a great job the caretakers are doing, says Mona. You're right about that. They are an excellent team of professionals who day in and day out care for the over 100 plus cats here at the Wildcat Sanctuary. Nice job, boys. And we've just entered the indoor room of our quarantine area. You can see you have 3 large indoor bedrooms. The quarantine areas are going to focus on having those larger indoor spaces. Often it's going to be used for new arrivals. It'll be used for cats recovering from medical procedures or any special needs cat where we need to have up here and make sure that they have a large indoor space where we can keep a closer eye on them if they're in need. And look at these 2 boys. They're going all the way down at the end. They'll have access to that bedroom and this bedroom, as well as each outdoor yard. And we'll be able to go and check that out as well once these boys are loaded into their room. And Elise is just going through some of the technical road bumps that often happen. Looks like one of the wheels is just getting caught in a gutter system that we've created here to make sure that we're able to clean the rooms easily and for the water to go right down into our drain. So Elise is just grabbing a piece of plywood to make sure that we can get over that crack easily. And Kitu and Lavani are doing great. If you're just joining us, everybody, welcome. Happy Wednesday. You're tuned in to the Wildcat Sanctuary. I see Cheetah residents Kitu and Lavani patiently waiting to check out their new space here in our quarantine area. It's winter here in northern Minnesota, and it is time for the Cheetah brothers to move to their temporary winter home. Let me catch up on some comments and see how everybody's doing. Lots of encouragement from everybody, Teresa. Lynn Carr is asking, who are you moving? That is Cheetah's Kitu and Lavani. Lee is asking, are they new? I don't remember hearing or seeing about them. Lee, Cheetah's Kitu and Lavani actually came to the sanctuary this spring. There are actually two cheetahs who are retired members from the species survival program. The Wildcat Sanctuary was selected because we specialize in giving care to geriatric cats. And cheetahs, Kitu and Lavani, are now 11 years old. And having retired from the SSP, they needed a forever home, and we are happy to give them that here at the Wildcat Sanctuary. And obviously, you can go to our website at wildcatsanctuary.org. We actually have resident pages for every single one of our 100 plus cats. And you can read exactly Kitu and Lavani's story, as well as seeing pictures of their wild at heart life, and as well as how you can help support their wild at heart life. And especially now, Kitu and Lavani, when those donations are doubled, big boys. I see two cheetahs. You give a gift of $5. That $5 is going to go to each one of those cheetahs. 5 becoming 10, 10 becoming 20. Oh, thank you so much for the great segue, two cheetahs. And we're going to let them get secured in the room. And then I am going to exit our quarantine area, and we'll go check out their outdoor space so I can show you guys the heat lamp that they have. And then we'll keep shaking and moving and go and visit with some other cats here. Kathy Barton saying, I'm geriatric too. Can I retire there, please? Oh, Kathy, wouldn't that be the life? I often say the same thing. I say with how efficient our caretaking staff is with helping our cats maintain their weight, I often make the joke that I need the caretakers keeping me on a diet plan. Joanne McShane is asking, which brother is the leader again? That would be Cheetah Kitu. Kitu seems to be the dominant out of the pair, and is always going to be the first to come up and greet you at the habitat wall. He'll be the first to investigate enrichment, and Mr. Lavani kind of uses Kitu as his anchor, and he certainly is a little bit less forward than Kitu, but yes, I would say that Kitu is the dominant of the both. And so now you can see, just like we had outside, caretakers have set up Kitu and Lavani's crate right next to the door. We're going to be putting a strap on the outside, as well as chains locking either side of the crate to the wall there. And again, there is no such thing as too many safety measures here at the Wildcat Sanctuary, and when you're dealing with big cats. Safety is an absolute emphasis here at the Wildcat Sanctuary, and something I'm sure many of you have come to understand. We would never want to put any of our staff in jeopardy, nor our Wild at Heart residents. So not only are these posts cool for you guys to see, behind the scenes of, what happens here every day, but also for you to get more diverse understanding as to the safety protocols that we take for cats like Kitu, or for all of our cats, excuse me. Looking through some more comments here. Nancy Holdell saying, great to see them compared to humans, up close to realize how tall they are. Tall indeed. I want to say when those guys walk up next to you, their hip is coming right up to the pretty much, or their back is coming up right up to their hip, excuse me. Lynn Carr saying, I didn't know they were geriatric. Yes, as a matter of fact, these boys are 11, which is considered a geriatric age for cheetahs. Their average life expectancy is only going to be about 14 to 16 years old, but certainly can live longer. Leanne saying, they're so patient. I couldn't agree more with that. And so it looks like caretakers, you can see they've now swung open the door to the interior room that they'll be entering into. And you can see them just communicating with each other that they're now going to be opening up the door. You can see Rio sliding out that door there. Cheetahs Kitu and Lavani stepping right up. They say, hey, what's this? Is this a new space? Nothing wrong with taking your time, boys. And I think caretaker Alyssa is also helping them out with a couple of tasty treats. Good job, Kitu and Lavani. Good job. Ellen Simmons mentioning that these boys coming from a zoo, they're probably used to this type of moving. Yes, these boys were crate trained, which obviously makes things lots and lots easier for us when we're not having to sedate Kitu and Lavani. 1 cheetah butt gone and 2 cheetah butt gone. I still see 2 cheetah tails. And they are sniffing and snooping around their indoor bedroom. You can't blame them for being curious about a new space. And obviously caretakers have already got the whole room set up. They've got bed boxes. I'm sure plenty of bedding in there for the boys. And I wouldn't be surprised if there's some toys in there as well. Those guys love their toys. Let's see, just looking at some more comments, everyone. I've just checked back in. If you're just joining us, we are in the final stages of the move for cheetahs Kitu and Lavani, who are now officially up in our quarantine area for the duration of winter. We thought this would be a great idea for these boys because, one, it's going to give them 2 large indoor bedrooms for them to get cozy up in, and then we were able to do some modifications to this outdoor habitat, and actually we're able to contract some electricians to install a big heat lamp for these guys. So we're really looking forward to these boys' move and can't wait to see how well they flourish in this new location. And I had mentioned earlier that they're going to be giving them outdoor access, not exactly at this time. They want them to adjust to their new space. But I am, once they have everything secured, I'm going to be able to leave the indoor quarantine here, and I'll go walk around and make sure that I get to show you guys a little bit of their habitat and some of the modifications that we made. Awesome. You can see we're able just to pull that door closed with a little tether. There's Rio coming by and checking the locks. What do you think, goofballs? What do you think, big goofies? Yeah. Yeah. There's Mr. Lavani and Kitu sniffing around. Yeah, you big goofballs. I think everything went great, you guys. Nice work. Nice work. And this social media team was cheering you on as well. Everybody is always so impressed by how awesome of a job you guys do. I mean, it's everything like this seems second nature to you. It's really amazing how well these our caretakers adhere to our safety protocol, and also maintaining, making sure that Kitu and Lavani are staying comfortable during their move. And obviously they're going to stay under close observation to make sure they are staying comfortable for their new move. And we'll be sure to update everybody accordingly with how they are doing, and photos, and hopefully some cool video of them enjoying their heat lamp as well. Maria P is asking, do they get a double bedroom? That is right, Maria. They're going to have access to the bedroom you see Teresa standing in front of, as well as this one, which means 2 outdoor habitats as well. Alrighty. And it looks like they have everything secured. They're going to push away the crate, which means I'm going to go head outside and check out Kitu Lavani's outdoor yards. And Princess Callie, Tigress, is out there, and we'll be able to go and say hi to her as well. Nice job again, you guys. Thank you, Teresa. All righty. Hopefully, I don't lose service here. Kind of can bump in and out when we're going in the inside of quarantine from outside. But in we go. That went awesome. That just went so awesome, Miss Callie. Oh, it went so great, huh? And I bet the people didn't even know we were going to see such a pretty tigress on today's live post. Yeah, there's the chuffs, yeah? Yeah. Oh, she says, yeah, I'm doing so good. Last time we saw you, Miss Callie, you were coming home from the AERC. And she says, yeah, but I've been up here in the quarantine area. Let's go over here, silly girl. I've been up here in the quarantine area so they can do exactly what Judson was just explaining. Keep a closer eye on a pretty girl. Because you are a senior tigress. And you did have us worried for a little bit, but we've been hearing nothing but good things about how you're acting your old self. Yeah. Yeah. Look how good you look. Look at you trotting around. That is a power walk, and those are power chuffs. Yeah. You're a good girl. Now let's go check out the cheetah boys. Oh, man, Judson, I can't even make it over to the cheetah's yards without saying hi to all these kitties. Here's Miss Brianna, the bobcat. Hey, pretty sweet lady. Oh. She says, I see this big white cat over there, and I don't know what the world that thing is. I don't know what in the world that big kitty is. And Miss Brianna, yes, she does live in our quarantine area, but for no reason in particular. She is one of our, you've heard me mention this before, our very independent female bobcats. And she has just been a little particular about accepting another habitat mate, which is totally fine. Brianna gets what Brianna wants, and so she gets her own private suite here in our quarantine area. Yeah, they're inside, Miss Callie. So, cheetahs Kitu and Lavani get to enjoy these two quarantine yards. And like I said, our quarantine areas are going to be a little bit different than what you would find. Oh, don't trip over that, Judson. What you would find down in the main portion of the sanctuary, where we're really emphasizing the larger indoor space as opposed to a larger outdoor space. So Kitu and Lavani are going to be able to take full advantage of both of those large indoor bedrooms. And let's check out this heat lamp, because this was actually something where we had electricians contracted to come out here and get the electrical set up. We have some tin above it to protect that heat lamp from any type of snow or any of the elements. So that's actually tin above the heat lamp. And we're still putting the finishing touches here. We're going to be putting a larger kind of bed or manger under there. But that heat lamp, Miss Elise said that she had it turned on and was using a little temperature gun and was measuring a cool, calm 75 to 80 degrees, even when there was a little bit of breeze outside. So that's certainly going to be an incredible addition to this habitat for these boys. And I think it's going to be basically like bringing the Hawaiian sun to Minnesota during the winter months. I can't imagine that those boys aren't going to enjoy that heat lamp. And it's every little thing and every little tweak and adjustment that we can make for any of our residents. And you guys know that at this point, and that's why you support us, is that we do. We want the best for everybody, Brianna. If a cat needs an extra step, if they need an adjustment to their habitat, their diet, you name it, we're always going to be there for them, Miss Brianna. Yeah. Yeah, she says, I'm looking at that big white kitty over there, huh? Yeah, All right, let's see what we got here. I want to cruise around here. Maybe see if we can find some kitties in Wildcat Pines. But hey, glad that the cheetah move went well. I'm glad that we could bring all of you along for it. Like I said, those behind the scenes glimpses are, not only cool, one, just to be behind the scenes, but you get a little bit better of an understanding and a different look at some of the safety protocol that we observed during those cat moves. Oh, and I saw Mr. Glenn, and I see Sarge and Morgan. So we'll hang out with these three. And I mentioned yesterday that I wanted to talk about Cougar Harold, because I haven't had a chance to talk about Mr. Harold. Because, man alive, talk about something difficult, not being able to talk about practically one of my favorite cats on the property, Mr. Sarge. He says, I didn't hear that, Judson. I know that I'm one of your favorites, goofball. Hey, Mr. Sergeant. But yeah, I wanted to talk about Mr. Harold. We had a lot going on today with Dash getting access to a new yard in Wild Woodlands. And I wanted to make sure that Mr. Harold got his time in the light like he deserves. And you guys were able to, probably by the end of the day, to watch the full memorial video that we created for Harold. And we actually got to see some video. They got to see some video of Mr. Harold. And Mr. Harold used to love walking up to the fence just like this. He was a cougar though, Sarge, and he'd walk up and he'd sit down and purr and purr and purr until the cows come home. And Sarge says, well, I'm here for food. But Mr. Harold, unfortunately, had a rough previous life before coming to the Wildcat Sanctuary. As you guys saw, he did have some mobility issues, and certainly was reminiscent of Tiger Mohan, where unfortunately his previous life left him disabled. Harold had some major mobility issues. He actually lived, his habitat, Mr. Sarge, was on about a 40-degree hill. So Harold lived on a slope, which caused him to have to walk more so on his ankles and elbows, which caused that kind of flat-footed nature that you might have seen in some of the photos or video. So Mr. Harold had a hard time walking, and unfortunately you can imagine, that caused lots of arthritis and pain for him. So Mr. Harold was able to get on one of our pain management programs here at the Wildcat Sanctuary. We also, Mr. Sarge, included him in our laser therapy treatment program to help with his pain. And Harold was just one of those cats where, despite all that he'd been through, Mr. Sarge, he was the sweetest thing. He was the sweetest thing. And just like all of our cats, he's just one where I cannot tell you how happy I am. Look at Sarge chasing Morgan around. How happy I am that he got the best 2 years of his life and the 2 years of his life that he always deserved. Yeah, it's hard, Sarge. We love you. It's hard sometimes. Yeah, it's hard. And I know. I'm sorry. I don't have any treats. I don't mean to come over here. I'll come back with some treats, Mr. Big Guy. But Harold was actually a cat that I was able to rescue myself. Tammy and I set out to rescue Harold. Drove cross country, and I was able to go and see where he was living. I was able to take part in the rescue, take part in getting him crated. And then obviously it was Tammy and I doing the long haul with Mr. Harold in the back. And Tammy, that's a big yawn. And Tammy mentioned this in Harold's memorial, that we'd stop for gas and we'd check in on him, and he wouldn't be doing anything but just laying back in his crate, and he would chirp at us, he would purr, And it was just right then and there, Aria Mondovi, that we knew how special of a cat that we were rescuing. Yeah. Yeah, he was a special boy, Miss Aria. And I think I have my phone here. Yeah, pretty lady. Hi, we haven't seen you in a little bit, lady. I have my phone here. And this is Harold. Right when we arrived, we were able to give him access to his quarantine habitat. Yeah, look at you, Mr. Harold. That was right when we got back from our 20-plus hour drive. Harold came right out of his crate, right into his little quarantine yard, and man alive, he knew that he was in the right place. And this is funny. This is me and the amount of room that I had in our rescue vehicle here at TWS. You can see my knees are a little cramped down there. And like I said, that was a 20-plus hour drive. So anything for you, Mr. Harold, and anything to get you out of the conditions that you were in. And if that means that we have to be cramped for a little of a drive, that is no problem at all. But yeah, I just wanted to talk about Harold and let you guys know how important of a cat that he was to us here at the sanctuary, and now you guys, because you got to meet Harold and see his wild at heart life and all that you guys did for him before you even knew him. Before they even knew him, Miss Aria. Yeah. She says, I'm on the prowl for foodsies, huh? I'm on the prowl. All right, everybody. Mr. Harold, I'm glad we got to talk about him, Miss Sky. And we're going to continue to talk about him, and we are going to forever hold him in our hearts. And I haven't even talked about Give to the Max. Keith Cleveland donated $50. Keith, thank you. That $50 becoming $100 because of the awesome matching campaign that is Give to the Max, where your gifts are doubled now through November 18th. We're putting the finishing touches on the 18th, where you guys know Give to the Max. We like kind of going out with a bang on that final day, doing live posts on the hour, every hour. We're still going to be doing that, but wanting to shake things up a little bit, keep things fresh for everybody. And certainly something to look forward to. But in the meantime, just keep in mind that your gifts are doubled. I know that many of you have already given so far. Hey there, Mr. Howell. It doesn't hurt to share our posts if maybe a friend or family member wants to give. And I made a post earlier this morning, Mr. Howell. Yeah, I'm just sitting right here. He says, you don't have any food either. That any individual gift of $100 or more can receive a awesome Tarek paw print and thank you card, Miss Ava. I said Tarek, Ava. I didn't say Ava. I said Tarek. Even though we love you just the same. That thank you card will be an awesome addition. I know many of you are already collecting your TWS paw prints and thank you cards, so add it to the pile. It's a cat who has been here with the sanctuary for 2 years, and you didn't even know, but you've been supporting him and Polina and Tarek the whole time. So that's pretty special, if you ask me, Miss Sky. Yeah. But thank you again, Keith, for that $50 donation. Thank you again, everyone who has given a gift so far during Give to the Max. Thanks for being patient with me while I talk about Mr. Harold, because boy, oh boy, he was a special cat, and one who we will always remember. Isn't that right, Miss Sky? And we will always have in our hearts. All right, everybody, have a great rest of your Wednesday. Again, kudos to Cheetahs, Kitu, and Lavani. They did an awesome job during their move, so I'm going to encourage everybody to go check out the full live post so you can see Kitu and Lavani in their move, hear a little about some of the protocol and procedures that we have during moves, as well as see their new home up in quarantine and some of the modifications that we've done for those boys. So, hey, it looks like these cats are looking for their caretakers with food. I don't blame them. I'm kind of hungry myself, kitties. But for now, have a great rest of your Wednesday, everybody. And of course, happy Give to the Max. Your donations will be doubled now through November 18th. So thank you for caring for the cats in this special way, everyone. We'll see you soon.